So I would like next to introduce Greg Williams and his family. Greg, where are you? There you are. Greg is a long time friend, facilities manager at the Rock Church, former participant in our program many years ago. He was incarcerated 10 plus years ago and participated in our program, and just by good fortune, we ran into him at the Rock Church, and he has become a very central part of our organization. He's an advisor on our advisory board. Greg is going to share his story with his precious daughter, Melissa, and she remembers when she received that DVD. So, thank you.
The most memorable part for me was I was dealing with more of a heart condition back then, and I had finally realized I wasn't any good at being bad because I kept getting caught. And after 7 times in and out, I finally realized I wanted to retire. And I knew that I started hearing about these programs and different stuff that was going on, and I heard about being able to read to your child, and more than being a tough guy, I wanted to just be a dad. And so I started peeling back the layers, and like I said, it was a heart condition. Like, what was more important for me, to be tough or be a dad? And for me, it was, I remember picking out the book and wanting to pick out the book with the least amount of words because I didn't want to cry. And like right now. And so I was able to do that, and I just kept practicing and practicing, but at the same time, still having to try to be tough, and then realizing, like, that's not important to me anymore. And I remember telling my mom on a visit, I said, I think my past is going to help some kid's future. And I knew I had to start with my own. And I got to do the book, and I got to send it home. And I think the biggest benefit for me is it bought me time, because Melissa was at that age where she had pretty much given up on me. And she even told me when I got released, I'm just waiting for you to mess up again so I can go back to normal. And normal for her was living with grandma and my mom, and that's what her life became. And so it bought me time to keep showing her, I'm not going anywhere. This time I mean it. I'm not gonna get high anymore. I'm not going back. And both of our lives changed dramatically through simply reading a book and buying that time. I was able to watch her graduate from college Thursday. And like I said, that all just started with a decision, and I myself had started reading. I was reading the Bible every day. I was able to read a book into a camera and not break my voice or not cry. I was able to send it home, and I think it was the best decision of my life. I was able to do, now I get to experience the things I had only heard about. I married my wife. I added a son. I always wanted a boy. I still love my girls, but but all those things happened with a simple decision, and I wish April was here just to let her know, like, it may not get easier, but it will get better, and it has continued to get better each and every day of my life.
It's pretty great, I promise. Yeah. Thanks. Well, coming from a child getting the video, I remember being reluctant. I had a little sister. I still have a little sister. She's in Seattle. She was excited to get it, was like, oh, that's Dad on the TV. And I was more like, oh, that's Dad. Like, okay. We've seen this. We visit him once a month, But I think when I finally started to watch, and the way he read, and it was true feeling, like it wasn't like the normal, my dad's in the room, but he's not there. It was like, wow, this man cares. My dad cares. He was reading with emotion. It still gets me sometimes thinking about it. And I felt a connection the more I watched it. And even I remember saying next time, I was like so grateful I was able to have that, and I couldn't see my dad every day in person, but I could see him on the screen, and be able to read with someone because I hated reading. Reading was not my thing. And even though it was like a simple book, it was something that was so meaningful to me. And my little sister too, having that moment where it's like, yeah, our dad isn't picking us up from school, but you know what, we still get to come home to a video of our dad, and knowing that, hey, he took a chance and he still cares. Because it is one of those, like, when your dad goes away, or your parent, your mother, even a grandma, I'm sure it is, well, they didn't care enough to stay, but just that little effort and the fact that they're taking that extra mile means a lot to any child, I'm sure. And now I'm helping students who don't know how to read, so that's what I did with college. Yeah.
So next we have some students from Hoover High School, which we're excited to hear from Bizrat and Brenda. Are you ladies here? Brave ladies. Yay. These lovely girls read to a group of preschoolers every Wednesday, is it? Yes. At Euclid Child Development Center, which is the child development program, part of the school system. And the children have fallen in love with you, and these are the Steady Eddie girls, and they're going to tell you about their experience.
Good afternoon. My name is Bizrat Debali. I am a junior and I attend Herbert Hoover High School, which is in City Heights. I was introduced to the Reading Legacies program through my close friend, who is currently a senior. She told me that it offered community service hours, which was what I was looking for, and it was spending time with kids and reading to them, which sounded exciting. I was able to see myself committed into the program, and perhaps I started volunteering at Euclid Elementary School, the closest location for me. Despite the fact that my good friend was unable to be part of the program, I was lucky enough to find out about the program in the first place, with her being the reason. The most memorable experience for me was when the kids related the stories that we read together with their lives. They shared out how their mom did the same thing, or they want to be as the character that we read about in the book. Concluding, I believe that the program is beneficial to children due to its ability to keep them inspired and motivated, and to show them that we are the role models for them. And for me, it showed me that I was responsible for the kids and for the growing generation. And in the future, usually we have guest readers that come every Wednesday, and those are like police officers and others from the profession. And in the future, my goal is to attend college, graduate with the major that I chose, and be in a career that I pursued. And I would like to give back to the program by being one of those guest readers, a professional, and come back and read to the kids. Thank you.